The ability to swim with the fish, to see species, the feeling of weightlessness is a kicker. Just the feeling of just being free. It's a feeling of being in another planet. It's like another world. There is no traffic, there is no people nagging on you. You actually get along with people better underwater. It becomes an experience that you take back that can't be duplicated, it can't be replaced. It's a bond, and that's what brings people together closer. And it's something that you take back with you, and it's an experience that nobody could ever know unless they experience it themselves. My name is Matt. Everybody probably already knows me, which is cool. I got hooked. I grew up diving in lakes where you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. The fun thing to do is watch the sand as it falls through the water, as it falls out. You go in with a black pants like that, you come out with a red top like that. We're going to start off by kind of introducing each other. We're going to be going through the whole class together, and I still remember the people I went to my class with the first time. You know, it's kind of nervous. It's a new thing, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You'll meet a lot of cool people anywhere you go. So we're going to start over here with Godfrey, kind of work our way around. And you know, if you've been snorkeling or something like that, it's kind of like, what'd you do for spring break? You know, one of those things.
My name's Godfrey. I have no diving experience.
You ever been snorkeling or anything?
No.
No? Cool.
My name's Joe. I've been fascinated by scuba diving all my life, and I've always wanted to take a course, and this was my first opportunity to do it.
My name's Jeff. I have breathed from a regulator once about, probably when I was 12 years old, swimming across a pool somewhere in California. So it was fun then, but I almost actually ended up in the Bahamas on very short notice 2 years ago, and was like, damn, I don't have any scuba certification. So opportunity presented itself now to learn, so here I am.
I'm Pete. My wife and I went to we took a 4-day cruise this past winter, this February, and we ended up in the Bahamas, and we went snorkeling for one day, which she didn't enjoy, but I got lost in the water for about 2 hours, and which I enjoyed very much. And I figured, you know, my son snorkels, dives, learned with Matt, and you know, you really should get into it, you know, give it a shot.
My name's Ken. I've always had some sort of interest in diving, been snorkeling a couple times. Most recently was down in the Dominican Republic. It's just an amazing thing. You put the mask on, and you know, just see to the bottom, you see the fish. It's just a great experience, I think. So now I want to actually go down a little bit deeper. So that's what I'm looking to do.
A lot of the classes you have to buy your stuff before you come to class, but I don't like that route. I had too many people coming in with stuff that didn't work. You know, it's tough to really see how diving is and develop a love for it if you got a mask leaking on you, or you're sucking in water all the time in the snorkel, or your fins are giving you cramps. So I've got quite a few different things to try out that stick the bass to your face. I've done whole dives without my bass strap, just because the bass fit well. If it falls off, the mask probably isn't, either you're not doing something right, you're not holding your breath, or the mask just doesn't fit to your face. What you're trying to do is you're trying to cut off your oronasopharyngeal airway. Yeah, you like that? And they've just got this big ring around their face that stays there for a couple days. That's because they had their mask strap tightened so tight that, yeah, exactly. How do they feel? Comfortable? Yeah. There you go.
I feel like a fish.
You look like one too. Yeah. You look like a dressed up fish. So look like you're going to the fish ball. Wetsuits are what's going to help us keep us warm down there. And now they've actually taken what they know from mountaineering and integrated it into scuba diving. So we have different layers of wetsuit. Can you imagine somebody out there ironing the wetsuit? I gotta look my best. You know, that nurse shark had its eye on me the other day. And hoods. This avoids any ice cream headache. So if you ever see the ice cream man, grab your hood and go get him. The weight belts also, you're able to get rid of some of them through, nowadays BCs are making weight integration pockets. So we're getting a lot of this weight off our waist and dispersing it around different parts of our body. It may be heavy getting into the water. Once you're in there, it's, all right, it's almost like a recliner. I mean, if you could have like a little back roller in your BC or something like that, you'd be all set. I'd never leave, which. Kind of like blowing up those mattresses. You know, you had to get it done before you pass out. On and off valve. I did that for my presentation. And I shot the ceiling tiles up because it went. They needed an attention getter, and that's what happened. This is what breaks air down in the tank from 3,000 psi to about 140 psi, which 3,000 psi would shoot a staple through a couple walls. This one is the easiest one, I think. You just snap it in there and crank it over, and it's on there. You don't want it to shake or fall out. Probably, keep it out in front of you so then wham, your whole toe's like messed up. So go ahead and take a breath out of it. See what you think. I mean, it's good stuff. Usually when I get it, put it in my mouth, exhale through it. Yep. Pretty nice stuff, huh? We cruise along. One leg, this is a one-legged surface dive. It's going to come up, we're just going to carry it down, and we're going to carry through with it. Nice snap and run the water. So it's going to look like this. See how my leg came up? Nice snap. Good job, Cam. Different. The standards are set. I just exceed the standards. So, exceeding the standards through more time in class and pool sounds kind of dumb. I actually got confronted today by a guy that just thought it was throw in a tank and go in the water. That's what somebody told him. And I turned around and I asked him. I was like, well, would you just turn around and jump out of an airplane? Somebody handed you a parachute? I mean, well, some people probably would, but we won't get into that. I'm a real audiovisual teacher. The hardest thing about diving is remembering all the stuff. You think, oh God, what is this and what is this? And you look in the classroom, everybody's got their regs like kind of half crooked, hanging off, hoses everywhere, BCs on backwards. And the only way you're going to get better at doing something is to do it over and over and over again. But doing it correctly. Being able to actually pick up and feel, wow, this is a regulator. This is the first stage. This is the second stage. This is your yoke screw, as opposed to going, okay, well, you read about it, so what is it? My strategy is to kind of walk people in through it slowly. Build them up to the open water. Get them excited, just ready to go. That way when they get to the point of open water diving, they are so excited they forget what they were scared about or afraid of. Allowing people to go from the pool, where it's a completely different environment, out in the open water where there's so much going on, and getting their steps down to where they don't forget to look at their gauge whenever they're diving, or to remember to inflate their BC on the surface, putting their snorkel in their mouth to conserve air. Just steps that they wouldn't do and they don't do in the first couple classes. But by the end of the class, it's been done so many times, they do it secondhand, don't even think about it. Yep, don't leave the tank standing. So you owe me a 6-pack of beer.
It's got enough air?
If it's got air, that's a good one.
I don't know what else it has.
You want to check the hydrostatic testing date, which is stamped in the top of the tank.
Yeah. Should be.
Yeah, that's why I said those. Small. I'm laughing.
Let's go like that.
Good job. Put it on the tank.
Pivot this way, pivot this way. Look to your shoulder and grab a breath. While doing this.
We have our masks on.
No snorkels. Waves, wind, weather, water, wildlife. 5 things you should know the answer to. Waves, you know your surf, how big is it? Wind, how hard is it blowing? Is it going to affect me? Weather, you're going to be caught up in a hurricane or a freak weather. Somehow we've got to swindle Esau into going to get the vehicle for us. So now we have to travel all of our equipment back the other way. You know, wouldn't it be easier just to kind of park maybe here and dive into the current first? In between slack and flood, to where you go out there, you do your dive, and the current kind of pushes you in. Working smarter, not harder. You get there and you like hop in the boat on high tide. You know, you walk straight up the ladder, but when you get back, you got this big, huge ramp you got to crawl up. Surface air consumption rate. How would we bring it up the surface? Location, skills completed, buddy. Who's your buddy? Never dive without a buddy. Let's start going with the basic equipment.
Where are we going diving? Somewhere cold?
Yeah, we're going
Wetsuit.
cold. Yeah, wetsuit. You just gave 20 or 5 away.
Why someone would be on it, like, go back, you know, take that left, because, you know, like, so where does it define the sea oceans?
Marblehead.
Where-
And then I'm going to go into the and I've got like keep the water and splashing in his face. I can pick his nose if I need to. But so just one breath every 5 seconds. So one breath. 2 rest breaths, 1 breath every 5 seconds.
Everybody's pretty energetic this morning, huh? Human bobber, basically. It's a good way of putting it. You can imagine you got 20 pounds on your belt, and once we get rid of the 20 pounds on your belt, you're still going to be positive, even more so.
Lean forward a little bit. There you go.
The North Atlantic is one of the most nutrient-rich oceans in the world. Everywhere you go, you'll find a unique beauty. In New England, I happened to find a niche. It's a little bit colder diving, it's a little bit harder. If you learn to dive in New England, you can dive anywhere in the world. The marine life up here is amazing. It's so rich in color. Shore diving is great. There's tons of different places to dive around here. Many people ask me, huh, you dive in New England? Yeah, I do. I dive all over New England. Dive up in Gloucester, Rockport, out on the Cape, Newport, Jamestown, Providence. There's thousands of different dive spots all up and down the New England, up and down the East Coast. all the way down to New Jersey, New York, up into Maine. There's tons of different places you can go. There's tons of different places around the world. New England just happens to be one of the places that I enjoy to dive the most. It becomes an experience that you take back that can't be duplicated, it can't be replaced. And it's something that you take back with you. It's an experience that nobody could ever know unless they experience it themselves. And you just realize, once you drop your head below the water, below the surface, into another world, the magic just casts itself upon you, and life becomes complete, in my eyes.
Another good day of diving.
After completing the necessary skills, we're going on an open water scuba dive. Next on the Discovery Channel.
Having a good time, Steve? Fantastic. Great day.
As you go out to complete your open water dives. Next on the History Channel.